Yes, it is a good boy. Let me check it all out. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't leave all my makeup off. Oh, my glasses are all slobbery now. Oh, baby. I know, you're very excited. You're very excited. Howdy y'all, my name is Gretchen and I am the Restless Thrifter, and I'm bringing you a sales update for February 5th through 11th. I am a part-time reseller. Oh, am I? I don't know whether to call myself part-time or full-time anymore. I was part-time, then I went full-time, and then I got sick, and so now I'm part-time. I'm not going to dive into the details because those of you who visit my channel regularly are probably sick of hearing it, but I have an autoimmune disease or 2 or 3. My rheumatoid arthritis is flaring up badly, and so it is really limiting how much I can do. But I am still making sales, and I want to talk to you about how I'm doing that under this kind of conditions. And I'm not listing a lot of new things. I'm not hitting my 10 to 15 listings a day that I was getting to before, and that was really upping my sales. January was my best month because I was listing 10 to 15 things a day for a good chunk of December and early January. So I'll tell you, it's still possible to make money. I am not giving up. I want to keep this momentum going. The week of February 5th through 11th, I started a few tactics. I started a sale in my eBay closet, and I hadn't run one in a little while. I had been running a sale all the time, like a 5% or something, and I abandoned that, and it didn't seem to make a difference. Like I was making the same amount of sales, so I was like, might as well not run one. But I did run a sale. I did 30% off of everything that was 15 days or older in my closet, which, because I delist and relist so often, isn't as much of my closet as you might think. I have about 850 active listings right now, and I would say about half of my closet is on sale for 30% off still through the end of this month. So if you're interested in something, head on over there. If you follow it, like it, whatever it's called on eBay, I will most likely send you an additional discount off, just like a little something. With a note, and that's how I'm moving things. It's how I started moving things this time on eBay. I'm also accepting some offers that are lower than I would like rather than countering. It's not that I recommend that, but if you're in this situation like I am, where you just can't work as much for the moment and you're willing to let go of some items for less, you know, it's helping me. It really is. It's keeping things moving. And it's making me think twice about how I'm pricing some things for sure. Now, if I was putting in a whole lot of new inventory and those things were selling, you know, quickly and for really good money, I might not accept these offers on these older items, but I don't know. I'll be thinking about it in the future. The second thing I did was I put my Posher VA, which is a Chrome extension that sends out offers on my behalf to Poshmark likers. It shares my closet, and I've got a link below if you want to use that tool, and you'll get a little something off. And I increased it by 5%. I've had it at 20% for a long time, which is a really good offer. Like within 5 minutes of someone liking something on Poshmark, it will send an offer for 20% off with discounted shipping. I have it at 25% now. I thought about bumping it to 30 and I just cringed. So it's sending out some good offers. Now I do have it restricted so that my really low dollar items aren't getting that same discount, because then once you get below $15 and there's the $3 fee no matter what, I just need to make sure that I can make money on an item. So I did that, and then I am sending aggressive offers on eBay. Like I mentioned, I'm discounting off of what is already discounted. I'm sending pretty good offers on the brand new items. And by brand new, I mean the few things I'm listing plus relisting. And then on Poshmark, I have that auto set for most of my items on Posher VA. And then occasionally I'll go through and I'll send out bulk offers using Poshmark's tools on anything under $25. So that way I can pick and choose to make sure I'm not going to lose money on it. And then on Mercari, I send out offers every day, probably 2 or 3 times a day. I'll go into the app, check it out, and I'll send offers to likers that way. I've always been doing this, but I'm just sending a little bit more aggressive ones than usual. Instead of the default that when you tap send offer, the default amount that's put in, I'll drop it a couple more dollars just to give them a little better deal. And then the last thing that I'm doing to keep sales going is I'm delisting and relisting, because that is something I can do from the couch or the bed when I'm tired and can't do anything else. Is I can go through Vendoo, which is another tool I have linked below, and I can delist and relist 10 items at a time. Sometimes I'll go through and improve the listing, but lately I have actually been too tired to even do that. So I've just been delisting and relisting 30 to 50 items a day. Like I said, not much in my closet is older than 30 days anyway, so I'm, trying to at least allow them to be online for 30 days before I pull them and relist them. But it's helping keeping things moving. It really is. If I had the energy to list new things, I would put more time into that though. Just, keeping that in mind. That's what I've been doing. It's been helping. This week, February 5th through 11th, was pretty good. I made 49 sales. Sales were up. My average sales price was up from the week before. And my average sales price was $39.10. My average cost of goods was $5.93. And my average profit per item was $20.79. And then my average days to sell was 92 days. So within 3 months, all of these items sold from the time they were originally listed to the time they sold. But as usual, we'll go over 3 categories: my top 10 sales by profit in reverse order, fast flips, so anything that sold within 14 days or less, and some lessons learned. I have 2 items I want to talk to you about where I learned something that I'll try to remember in the future so I don't repeat the mistake. And the first item is this Diane von Furstenberg size 12 Raina shift dress, Leaf Dance purple cotton silk. Leaf Dance is the name of the color print, and then Raina is the name of the style of this dress. It's one of those popover dresses. What is odd about this sale is that I sold this dress like the day after commenting on a Facebook post in the Hustle Couple reseller workroom, I think is what it's called. On Facebook, there's a group that the Hustle Couple has started. It's a great group. There's no animosity or snide comments or any of that, and it's really refreshing. So somebody had posted about Diane von Furstenberg and whether it was still a good thing to pick up, and we were all kind of talking about it. And I had mentioned that they do eventually sell, but they take a while, and they just don't sell for as much unless they're that silk wrap dress that they are really well known for. So this took 87 days to sell on eBay. A customer accepted my offer on top of my 30% off sale, and the sales price with shipping on eBay was $39.76. My cost of goods was $1.62. I picked it up at a Salvation Army. That would have been in Texas, in Lewisville, Texas. And my profit was $28.19. So that's kind of what I expect on these popover dresses. You're looking at a $30 to $40 sale. So don't pay up. Certainly don't pay up. Now the next item is something I paid up for. It's a Filson tin cloth packer hat, size medium, water resistant, oil finish leather band. This sold in 1 day on Mercari through a customer offer of $47. I had it listed at $55. The cost of goods was $10.87, so it was like $9.99 plus tax. And I got it at ARC, which is a local thrift store chain in Colorado. Anyhow, my profit was $29.57. And Filson is a great brand to look for. I've sold 2 Filson like felt wool vests. Those each sold for $100, I think, $75 to $100. It's my memory. And those are great to pick up. I have picked up a Filson women's shirt. I won't do that again. It won't sell. It's just a button up. Next sale is a City Chic plus size 18 dress, sweet floral wrap kimono sleeve party wedding guest. Sold in 129 days on Poshmark through a customer offer of $40. I had it listed at $52, and it sold a couple of weeks after relisting. Sold for $40. I had paid $1.70, and my profit was $30.30. Next sale is a Madewell size extra large wrap front pullover sweater in coziest yarn alpaca blend. Some of that was pulled from the title of the listing on the Madewell site. Took 48 days to sell on eBay. Customer offer of $43. It was listed at $50, and it sold 1 week after relisting. And with shipping, it was $49.60. I had paid $7.61, and my profit was $30.57. Next sale in the top 10 was a Joseph A. Bank 42 long, 100% cashmere, navy blue sport coat blazer jacket 2-button career. It sold in 33 days on eBay, and it sold within hours of relisting as well. I think I relisted it, and then at the 30-day mark, I relisted it. A customer offered me $55. I had it listed at $99. Now here's an example of something where I'm like, I probably would have countered for a little bit more at least, you know, like maybe try to meet them in the middle. And then when they sent me something else, just accept it. I would have tried, because it is 100% cashmere, but it's also Joseph A. Bank, which is a super common brand that you can find anywhere and everywhere. And I think a lot of men wear it and know their size and are, you know, familiar with it because it's not super, super pricey. But at the same time, there's a lot of it out there. So I debated whether I would take the 55, but I reminded myself, Gretchen, you're not listing new things. You need to make money. So with shipping, that was $68.74. I had paid $9.78, and my profit was $36.59, which is still great. The cashmere Joseph A. Bank sport coats have a 22% sell-through rate on eBay's Terapeak and a $45 ASP. So, you know, it wasn't doing too bad there. The next sale was a Vans men's size 12 Chukka shoes, Ultra Cush Pro Jungle Green Camo Low Gum Sole. These sold in 33 days on Poshmark through a customer offer of $50. I had them listed at $60. And this is something I picked up at the Goodwill bins in Denver, so the outlet. I had paid $1.40. That was my average cost of goods that day at the bins, and my profit was $38.60. My next sale was something I picked up at an estate sale in Amarillo when I was driving from Texas to Denver. It's a pair of Cubist cat figurines, lot of 2, vintage MCM, jewel eyes, bow tie, white cracks, repairs. What's up, honey? What's up, honey? You want to come up here again? Come on. I mentioned cracks and repairs because like one of those cats had lost its head at some point and someone glued it back on. There were some chips, there was some cracking, you know, but they were still adorable and not brand new, but like in great condition, excellent condition. I could have easily gotten $150 for these, since I had 2 of them especially. These were unmarked. There was no like marking on the bottom or anything. But I used Google Lens to look them up and found the exact same ones had sold really well. So I picked them up the estate sale for $8. They sold in 80 days on Mercari. A customer offered me $80. I had it listed at $89. Originally sold for $64.88 on eBay. But that buyer didn't pay. Honey, you're distracting me. Come on, get down. I'm like trying to pet and talk at the same time for some reason is hard right now. That customer didn't pay. She was really just keeping my item hostage and kept telling me she was going to pay in like another week. And I kept saying, yeah, but it's going to auto cancel after 5 days. That's the way I have things set in eBay. So if you don't pay in 5 days of purchasing it, it's going to cancel. And one of her comments was, did I purchase it? Like, yes, you purchased it. And then she's like, oh yeah, I purchased it. It sounds like a great opportunity. Thank you. I'm like, we were having a different conversation. Lo and behold, she didn't pay for it. So I canceled it and I just blocked her because I, you know, don't keep my stuff hostage and then send me confusing messages. So this person purchased it. I messaged her immediately and said, hey, did you see all the flaws? And she said, yes, but they'll still display nicely. And I said, yes, they are adorable. They're great. You're going to love them. Oh, $61.18 is what I made. I think that's the only thing I hadn't mentioned. All right, next to last in the top 10 is a Judy Larson Artist Phantom Patrol print, 92 out of 2,500, signed, numbered, limited edition. So this is one of those art prints that I am selling for a friend on consignment. I will get 50% and she will get 50%. This took 365 days to sell on eBay, but there was about 6 months where this wasn't even really listed because I was out of town, yada, yada. Once I got it relisted, it didn't take too long to sell. It was a full price sale and it sold via promoted listing. So it was $174.59 with shipping. And then I paid $0 was my cost of goods. Profit was $106.47. I ended up shipping this UPS ground, and the way my friend recommends these prints be shipped is flat instead of rolled up in a tube. Apparently that's the way you're supposed to ship art. And so I get these large sheets of cardboard and put it within some protective sheets of paper and tape the corners of that paper onto the large sheets of cardboard, and then tape around the sides and put fragile stickers on all over it, and then pray. And then the best sale was really, really good. It was the Lucchese size 10.5 wide 2E. That's what the 2E stands for. Leather and lizard skin cowboy boots, Western dark brown. Took 79 days to sell on eBay. A customer accepted my offer. First, I'm going to tell you a little backstory. So I listed these for $4.99. I know it's a lot for a pair of boots. I had paid $75 plus tax, so $81.19 for these boots at Salvation Army in Texas, and that was 50% off of their price. It was one of those impulse buys at the register. They were gorgeous, just beautiful condition. I could tell they were some sort of lizard skin. And I looked them up. I was in line, like looking them up while I'm waiting to check out. It was a 50% off day. And I was like, yeah, I think I can get at least $200 for these. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. You know, I may take a while, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. So I did it, and I listed them at $4.99. Some guy messaged me and said, you can get these for new for $4.99. And I'm like, well, then go ahead and get them for new. No, I didn't say that. I just ignored them, I think. And then eventually I relisted them for $3.99. Somebody watched the item in eBay, and I'm sending aggressive offers. So I sent them an offer of $288.88. And that is what they accepted. With the cost of shipping, that was $304.89. Like I said, I paid $81.19, and my profit was $125.89. I mean, my profit was good, but that was a risk. And I do not know all there is to know about cowboy boots, but I am getting into that game. I'm learning, and my risk paid off, thank goodness. But they were a beautiful color. They were leather and lizard skin. They were wide. I know men's boots and wide do better. And they're Lucchese. That is a really good brand. Okay, so that's everything for my top 10. Only one of those items is something I consider a fast flip, which is something that sold in 14 days or less, and that's the Filson hat. The other fast flips, one thing I was going to say about that Filson hat is it did have some damage. It had like some bleaching on it, and I took good pictures of that, and it still sold so quickly. All right, my fast flips, I have 8, I believe. Yes, I have 8. And the first one is Pollen Sweaters, size extra large cardigan, 100% soft wool washable, mock neck zip front. Sold in 12 days on eBay. You know, wool, I know some people are hesitant to buy because washing it can be a pain. Like you have to either dry clean it or hand wash it. And this was actually washable wool, which means it's not going to shrink when you put it in the washer, because it's the agitation process that makes a wool sweater shrink. This sold in 12 days on eBay through a customer offer of $40. It was listed at $55. So with shipping, it sold for $48.82. My cost of goods was $6.09, and my profit was $26.98. I got this at a Goodwill in Denver. It retails for $187. I didn't know anything about this brand, but I saw that it was wool. It was in beautiful condition. It was made in Canada. That sometimes is good to look up. So I looked it up and it was selling okay. Next fast flip was this Dansko Size EU 42, US 11.5, black classic clogs leather nursing walking comfort. If you watched my previous video where I show you my shipping station and I ship out 9 things that sold the day before, you probably saw these. These sold in 12 days on eBay as well. It was a full price sale. With shipping costs, it was $49.64. I had paid up at $18.49. They were just like new condition. So I only made $9.66, but I was pretty confident they would sell quickly, and they did. Then we have this Aiden plus Anais heart print muslin swaddle baby blanket, red, pink, Valentine cotton. This sold on January 9th. I'm sure somebody wanted to give it to someone for Valentine's Day. Maybe not. Sold in 11 days on Poshmark. This is a really great brand of those muslin swaddling cloths to pick up for little money because they don't sell for a whole lot. It sold for $12. I had it listed at $15. A customer sent me an offer. I had paid $1.06, and so my profit was $7.99. And yep, I got this at the Goodwill bins. My next sale is something I really loved, and I loved the way it photographed. This is something that I've started to consider when I pick things up, is how they're going to look in photographs. It's an Agon Traders, Agon? We'll say Agon. Agon Traders size large dress, Sweet Empire butterfly bell sleeve midi Renaissance. This sold in 10 days on eBay through a customer offer of $40. I had it listed at $55. With shipping, that was $48.82. I'd paid $10.87, so I'd paid full price at Goodwill here in Denver, and my profit was $22.72. You know, that's the max I'm going to pay for something like this, but, you know, it's just really pretty. The embroidery, the detail, the flow of the dress. I loved that forest green color, and, you know, it was sold out online. I think I noted that in the listing too. $85 retail, sold out online, and it was just a lovely dress. Next is a Leonisa size medium invisible strapless classic shaper compression black shapewear. This is something that I got in the Goodwill Blue Box. I have a video, and I'll link the videos I mentioned down below. And I had not heard of this or anything, but this actually had decent ASP and sell-through rate, so I listed it. Sold in 9 days on eBay through a customer offer of $30, and I had it listed at $40. My average cost of goods for everything in those boxes ended up being $1.97, and this sold for $34.24 with shipping. My profit was $23.35. The next sale was a Duluth Trading Company size extra large women's crusher packable sun hat, purple cotton twill. I got this at a church sale. And this is something I considered keeping for myself. Like with all things that I consider keeping for myself, I think I'm buying it for myself when I purchase it. I ended up selling it. It sold in 9 days on Poshmark. It was a full price sale of $15. I had paid $1.87. That was my average cost of goods at that church sale. And my profit was $10.13. I was just trying to imagine myself wearing this purple hat, and I just couldn't do it. Because normally in the summer we do a lot of camping and hiking and outdoorsy stuff, but I don't know. I don't think I see that in my future this summer, sadly. And I have a bazillion hats, so do I really need another one? Okay, second to last fast flip is an apartment 9 plus Cara Santana size 12 faux leather asymmetrical skirt, new midi length. I don't know who Cara Santana is. Apparently she's an actress. Anyhow, this is something I picked up at the Goodwill bins not that long ago. Picked it up in January. And it's retails for $68, and it was new with tags. I didn't see a whole lot of solds on this, but this sold in 8 days on Mercari. It was a full price sale of $34. And that's for faux leather. That's great. My average cost of goods that day at the bins was $1.06, and my profit was $28.05. It was pretty cute, and the stock image looked great, so I did borrow that. It's really not recommended. And then my last fast flip was some Smart Wool women's size medium crew socks. I had cruise socks. Gray classic hike merino wool light cushion. If these were my size, I would have kept them. I love Smart Wool socks. They sold in 2 days on eBay. through a customer offer, counter offer. These only retailed for $19. That sticker was on the socks still. I had them listed for $20 and I think they started at $10. We got to $15. I accepted that. Did we? And how is my, hold on, I gotta go look something up. Okay, I have that we landed at 15, but I'm pretty sure it must have been 12 because there was shipping. With shipping, it was $16.20. I had paid $5.43, so I only made $4.56 on these. But Smartwool is going to sell quickly, so if you can make some money and you're okay with that lower profit, I mean, these didn't take long to photograph. It's like 2 photos and maybe zoom in on the label, and that's it. I'm not measuring them. All right, and then lessons learned. This is my last category. I have 2 things I want to talk about. The first one is a vintage size 8 double-breasted blazer shimmer pinstripe town and travel oversized. This took 420 days to sell on Poshmark. So this blazer was my longest tail sale, the longest item this week. And it sold through a customer offer of $20. I had it listed at $29. My cost of goods was $380 and my profit was $12.20. This is something I probably wouldn't spend $380 on. I might pick it up at the bins again, but the lesson I'm going to try to remember is how things photograph. And black does not photograph that well for me. My lighting's just not professional enough. And you couldn't see the little shimmery stripes in this. Even when I took a close-up photo, it just did it no justice. It's really a cute blazer. And I like vintage styles like this. So I might give something like this a try again if I could find it for less than $2, but I would need to consider whether it's going to photograph well. Next sale is this New York & Company size large boat neck pink striped sweater, open knit, lightweight, new with tag. This sold in 85 days on eBay. It was my lowest profit sale. It sold through a customer offer of $7 and I had it listed at $10. People just would not buy this thing for $10 even. Just would not. I kept getting low offers, so I finally just took one. With shipping, that was $12.04. I had paid, stop it. I think I had paid $5, maybe $4. Hush! I had paid too much, honestly, for this brand. I made 36 cents. Woohoo! Yeah, no one's gonna pay too much for New York & Company anyway. And then I found these huge snags on the sweater. This sweater had one of those tags that said, you know, be careful, it's delicate. Well, anytime something has that tag on it, I should just assume there's a big old snag and somebody donated it. So I shouldn't have picked it up. That's just my lesson. I shouldn't have picked it up at the bins. I shouldn't have picked it up at the thrift. Shouldn't have picked it up. That is everything. This is the moment where I beg for thumbs ups and subscribes if you're not already, because I really want to grow my channel. I am going to go take a little break and go play with this dog with his squeaky ball, so he'll leave me alone for 5 seconds. He won't. Just keep listening. Dude, shh.